Good afternoon, friends, fellow pilots. This is Dave with Hobby Barn Plans and Canopies coming to you live, semi-live, from the Hobby Barn basement. I'm going to do a supplement part 3, or maybe even a part 4, to the Freewing F-14 Tomcat, which I have put in an alternate power system, which was the new 1920 kilovolt 9-blade in-runner fan system. Normally I fly the 12-blade in-runner fan system, which I have been extremely happy with. Just circumstances happened. I had an extra one, and I happened to a couple of 100 amp escapes, ESCs, and I wanted to show everybody a clean install for your wiring that I have done in several of these now, and I have found great success with this setup. It is a little time consuming, but in the long run it cleans up all of your wiring on the top, puts your receiver underneath the plane in a safer location. It puts a satellite up top so you get double coverage, and it leaves more space for your wires. At any rate, as you can see, we have your in-runners in place. I have some foam covering over my wires to help cover it up. I've also put some paper in place to cover the servos, and that gets foam tacked to the inside of the cover whenever they go on, and that seals up those two air leaks. And I've done this now and tested it. It works amazing. And then, as you can see, I moved in. I've run the wiring underneath through a hatch underneath, and then if you look all the way up along that inside wall, I cut a 1/4 inch piece out along the bottom against the firewall, and I ran it all the way up to where that hatch section is. And then all of your wiring goes into that channel, and then I use the strapping tape, the 1-inch strapping tape, to just cover it over. You can get that anywhere, local hobby store, hardware store, wherever. I use a lot of it. It works amazing at any rate. But once those were in, I foam tacked this down. I did the same thing with the ESC wires when I ran them through over here. These have 2 foam pieces underneath them to allow a little bit of air to get underneath, and they're foam tacked down and they're held in place. Same thing with the battery capacitor leads that are with it, so that everything is stable. As you can see, 8-channel AR 8010T receiver underneath. All the wiring, those long wires that they give you to put up into the cockpit of this plane, run them down through, plug them into your receiver down here, run your satellite cable up through to put it up top, and then if you're using the battery eliminator circuit, obviously you want to drop it down through and plug it in, or whatever eliminator circuit. And then, since I had a lot of extra of the throttle cables, obviously they get wide, just wrap them up and put them in. And then when it's all finished, I had created a custom hatch for this, which I've also done now on several of these, that I'm very happy with. It lets plenty of air in. They're just NACA inlets. It's got an outlet for letting your air pass through. They're super clean. This is just a fiberglass piece that I laid up and then created the inlets from, with a little bit of balsa and some CA and so forth. And of course, I had put in some screw sections, some hard points. So that's that. Now, if you bear with me for just a second to flip this big bird over, I will show you how clean that makes the other side. Now, obviously, got the satellite tucked in, got my wires in place, so you've got leads going this way, and down in the hatch they're going this way, so you have full coverage one way or the other. Your 8 amp supply, air power supply, runs down all of your wires from up here, go down through, tie them off up here, keep all of it as neat as you can, and then clearly into your battery bay, etc. Got your extensions, and you're done. Clean. When you put your hatch on, just make sure that your wires from your wings on both sides steer clear of where your center hatch bolts go down. I tie it off, just a bread tie that usually comes with the wiring. This is glued down on a little piece of foam in between. It's underneath where it can't get in the way. I didn't happen to have a separate BEC for this plane, so I'm using the one that's in it. I've not had any real issues with any of these, and I'm not flying this plane particularly hard anyway. So I guess that's it, guys. You've seen pictures of this in some of my others and in my flight video. This is the VF 143, the puking dog that was done from the USS America. A little close-up of the pilots, in case anybody was wondering what they look like in there. Did a little touch-up on the cockpit just to make it look a little more scale. I didn't go too crazy with it. But I guess I'm going to wrap it up. If anybody has any questions, drop them down in the comments. And thanks for watching my video, and have a great day.